What's up, everybody? So I'm at this first yard sale. I got here a tiny bit early because every sale that says they start at 7, they're always open at 6. Sure enough, this one was ready to go at 6, but they weren't letting anybody in at 7, right? So they tell me, here, I'll show you the yard sale real quick as I pass by it right there. They tell me, hold up, we're waiting until 7. And I was like, oh, no problem, I'll just wait in my car. And next, pulling up, this obvious resellers, 3 of them in a truck, they get out and the lady tells them, no, we're not starting yet, and they just go right in and start helping themselves. I was like, man, it sucks, like listening to the rules sometimes, it's not fair, but it was what it was. So finally I get up and I walk over there, when it's closer to 7, and I start, checking out the video games. They're all individually priced. This guy, like, I'm sitting there picking through them, he's like, how much for the whole box? I want the whole box. And they told him 3 times, no, we're selling them individually. And I start pulling games out, he's like, no, I'm getting the whole box. And I was like, dude, they're individually priced. I'm gonna pay what they're asking for. So, crisis averted. I pulled out 3 games, and I mean, I got a pretty fair deal, I think. 15 bucks, Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion was 10 bucks, so I mean, whatever, it's mint condition, so I paid that. 4 bucks for Saints Row 4, and then this one's pretty good, and I'm sure it's worth way more. SVC Chaos SNK versus Capcom for the Xbox for $1, so pretty good. Not too bad at all. 15 bucks to start out my Friday. Yeah, forgot to say it's Friday morning. So yeah, I'm gonna hit up a few more sales. I'm in Corona, California right now, so hopefully get some of them good scores. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. What's up, guys? So it's Saturday morning, and first sale of the day. This was cutthroat, man. We were waiting, to get in there, lining up, and they finally let us in, and it was like a mad dash to the video games. And I grabbed as much as I could, and this other guy like almost punched me in the face and took like 3 games, and he didn't even want any of the games that he picked up. So crazy, but luckily in the mad dash, somebody decided that they didn't want to pick up Shining Force on Game Boy Advance. So I got that. I got Final Fantasy 1 and 2 Dawn of Souls, Godzilla, and then just cause Aladdin is kind of getting up there in price, and I didn't have Wayne's World for the Super Nintendo. 23 bucks. I mean, a lot more than I would have spent on this stuff, but I mean, Shining Force alone goes for like 20 bucks. So it was a good deal. Yeah, so we're just freestyling it in Riverside right now. Hopefully, we got Trash Can here with me, and of course, awesome Madden. So hopefully, we'll find some good stuff. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. All right, got another little pickup here for 5 bucks. 2 sports games on the Super Nintendo. We got Ken Griffey Jr.'s Winning Run and NBA Hang Time. Didn't have these in my collection. It was weird. I thought NBA Hang Time was only on N64, but because it's on Super Nintendo. And then Champions of Norath for the PS2. And it's complete, pretty good condition, so pretty good. 5 bucks for all 3. Not really finding much today, so might have to hit up Craigslist. I mean, I got a trade in the works right now for some. Oh yeah, we got a movie too. One of the last yard sales. Pretty cool $1. But yeah, I got a trade in the works right now, so hopefully that pans out. But yeah, if I find something else, I'll let you guys know. All right, guys. So right now I'm heading to 2 separate places. The first one, I'm going to pick up a lot of PS1 games. Some pretty good stuff in there. There's a Final Fantasy, Mega Man 8, Resident Evil 2, just to name a few. Some other more obscure ones. I'm getting those for 30 bucks. And then after that, I'm going to trade most of my amiibos, because honestly, I'm over the whole amiibo thing. It's just too, I went out to go and try to get Dark Pit yesterday, and it's like sold out already. I mean, how can a place that has, it's exclusive to one store, how do they run out so quickly? So I'm just over that. I don't want to waste any more time and money on that stuff. I'd rather have video games. So I'm going to trade a lot of my amiibos for some pretty hard to find Sega Genesis games. Most of them complete in the box. One of them is Ghostbusters, and that one's a pretty valuable game, so definitely happy on that one. So I'll show you guys both the pickups when I get them. But yeah, super stoked on getting all this stuff right now, so I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so I just picked up the PS1 lot, and pretty good. There's actually other games in there that he didn't have in the pictures, like Final Fantasy VII. So I already have that one black label, so I'll definitely be trading or selling that one. Let's see. There's a lot of obscure games in here. It's pretty good stuff. Here, I'll show you guys the box. Lots of good stuff in there. You can see Mega Man 8 right there. A lot of black label games, mostly all black label games. Fighting Force, Dynasty Warriors, Final Fantasy 8, and Resident Evil 2 is also in there. It's right here. So all black label stuff, pretty sweet. I paid 30 bucks for it, and there's about 32 games in there, I think. Because there's a few loose disc ones. So all in all, really good deal, you know, a little less than $1 a game. Really happy with that. So now I am on my way to get these Sega Genesis games, and man, you guys won't believe like what games are in here. I mean, I'm super stoked, you know, and you know, doing just a straight trade because of how, you know, valuable some of these games are. So yeah, I will definitely show you guys that when I get those. So see you in a bit. Alright guys, so I got the Sega games. It's pretty crazy. Like, I get off the freeway, I'm right there at the stoplight right after the exit, and I hear this weird noise coming from my car. I pull into the gas station and my air compressor fell off. All the bolts fell out, so the belt was all off. So I'm stuck here right now, but I called the guy with the Sega stuff, and he brought it to me. And it was pretty cool because he gets out of the car and he's like, "Hey, I watch your videos on YouTube." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So, you know, we got to talking and stuff, and he's really more into amiibos than he is Sega stuff. So I brought him like all my really expensive amiibos and a lot of my common ones. So it was a pretty even trade, especially for what most of those amiibos are going for now. You know, like I said, I'm just over the amiibo thing. I'm more into video games and stuff. But it was pretty cool. His name was Anthony, so I'm giving him a shout out. So thanks, bro. Definitely a big hookup on here. You know, I love Sega Genesis stuff. So, but yeah, I'll show you guys what he gave me. Wow. Okay, so we've got Shining Force, Ease 3, and Gemfire. Those are loose, and then we've got complete in box Ghostbusters. This is missing the manual. The Arcus Odyssey, Castle of Illusion.
Can you hold this one?
That one's complete. Dick Tracy, complete.
Can you hold this one?
Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Saint Sword. That one's complete, and Outlander. I think that one's missing the manual. And then we've got a Mega Drive game, Raiden Trad. So pretty cool. Definitely stoked on these ones. You know, these are some good games. I actually was gonna pick this game up the other day, but they're asking quite a bit for it, so I passed. So definitely happy to have this one. This is the best Mickey Mouse game for the Genesis. So yeah, I think I'm pretty much done with the art sale stuff. So I'll get everything together, you know, once I get my car fixed, and I'll show you guys what I got. See you guys in a bit. What's up, everybody? So I'm all done with the art sale stuff. As like for garage sales, I didn't have too many finds. I have one find on Friday, and then 2 finds on Saturday. But then I did 2 Craigslist pickups on Saturday, some really good ones. But unfortunately, on the second Craigslist pickup, my car broke down, so I couldn't continue on with yard sales. So you know, I ended the day there. But the 2 Craigslist pickups are amazing. And then I got 1 trade deal from a buddy of mine. So let's jump into the garage sale finds. First, we've got this sale listed games. And I got there kind of early. I had to wait until they opened up. You know, there was another person that came there and they didn't want to wait. They started picking through and stuff. And I almost didn't get anything, but luckily the sellers wanted to sell everything individually. They weren't trying to bundle anything up. So I was able to get 3 games out of the big box that they had. So for 15 bucks, I got these 3 games. First we've got SVC Chaos SNK versus Capcom for the Xbox, like in amazing condition. That one they were asking $1 for, so pretty good deal on that one. Saints Row 4 for $4, another one in really good condition. And then the best game of the lot, they were asking 10 on this, but you know, bundling it, putting it all together and getting all 3 of these games for 15 bucks, not a bad deal. Luigi's Mansion. Now it's the player's choice, but I mean it's in amazing condition. No scratches, it's complete. The case is really nice, so really stoked on that one. 15 bucks. All right, that was it for Friday. Next, these are the Saturday finds. Okay, now this was another sale that listed games. This one was pretty crazy. I mean, there was a lot of video game hunters and resellers there, and one guy, which he kind of went crazy, but I mean, you know, he overreacted and I don't know, just went crazy for the games, and he didn't even end up buying anything. So that, you know, it was whatever, it happens. But I was able to get something, you know, from there. One game of which that everybody seemed to have passed up, and it was just sitting on the table. Nobody even paid attention to it, so I was easily able to grab it. But first, let's show Super Nintendo games. So I got 2 Super Nintendo games, and they had a bunch of Super Nintendo and N64 games, but all a lot of common, just kind of whatever. So first we've got Wayne's World. Didn't have it in my collection, so I picked it up. And then Aladdin, only because, I mean, it's in really nice condition, and this game seems to be going up there in value, so use it as like trade bait or something. And then we've got Final Fantasy, wait, no, hold on. Let me show you the Game Boy game first. Godzilla for the Game Boy. And then for the Game Boy Advance, Final Fantasy 1 and 2, Dawn of Souls. And then the best game of the lot, Shining Force, Resurrection of the Dark Dragon for the Game Boy Advance. So this one was the one, it was just sitting there. Nobody even saw it. So I was able to, you know, snatch it up and get everything for a good deal. But for that little stack, I paid $22. So not a bad deal at all. Okay, this was the last find garage sale wise for Saturday. $5 for all 3 of these games. We've got Ken Griffey Jr. Winning Run. Only picked these games up because I didn't have them in my collection. NBA Hang Time, which is weird because I thought this was only on the N64. I didn't know that it was on the Super Nintendo, so pretty cool. Picked that one up. And then one PS2 game, let's see, it's complete and in really good condition. It's in a Blockbuster rental case. Champions of Norath. I mean, it's got the right cover, but the case itself is like a Blockbuster case. So yeah, $5 for those games. Okay, so next up, I had emailed this guy the night before, and he had a whole bunch of PS1 games. I emailed him, gave him my number. He said, "I'll text you in the morning." So I'm out garage sailing, and I get a text, and he's like, "Hey, you want to, you know, make me an offer on these PS1 games?" So we came to an offer, $30 for all these PS1 games, and there is quite a bit in here. There's like 30-something games in here. So let me go through. I'll start with the disc onlys. We've got Soul Blade, Triple Play 98. Crash Bandicoot 2. This one has actually got like the back case. No manual to it though. Spyro Year of the Dragon. And this one's got like a bunch of discs in it. We've got Croc, Legend of the Gobos. Collection of Activision classic games for the Atari 2600. Project Overkill, which that one looks pretty cool. And then Excalibur 2555 AD. And even though, you know, all these discs are in here, you know, on top of each other, none of them have any scratches. So that's really good. Then we've got Tekken 3. That's the last disc only. And it's nice too because a lot of these games are black label. There's only a few green label. So first we've got Sesame Street, Elmo's Number Journey, Need for Speed 3, Hot Pursuit, Namco Museum Volume 3, Midway presents Arcade's Greatest Hits, the Atari Collection 2, Power Move Pro Wrestling, Die Hard Trilogy, NHL Face-Off 98, WCW NWO Thunder, more kind of, a couple of obscure games in here, Walt Disney World Quest, Magical Racing Tour, Army Men 3D, Tunenstein Dare to Scare. Sorry, get some of the better ones here. Fighting Force, Time Commando, Spyro the Dragon, Rayman, Monkey Magic, Dynasty Warriors, and these are the best ones of the lot. We've got Resident Evil 2, really nice condition. Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 7, and then my favorite of the whole lot, Mega Man 8. So really happy with that. 30 bucks for all those. I mean, just getting the Final Fantasies and the Mega Man, paid for that lot. I mean, more than a little bit, So really happy to pick up that lot, and happy that I was able to get it off of Craigslist, because Craigslist is getting really scarce nowadays. It's really hard to find stuff. So luckily, I hit him up the night before. I was one of the first people, and I sent him my number right away. So okay, now next, this one's an amazing lot. This was a trade. Like I was telling you guys earlier in the video, I was just over amiibos, and I saw this guy post this ad for these Sega games. Some really good games in here, and well worth it. Some of these games, are around $80. So I texted him and I was like, would you be interested in a trade for some amiibos? And it was exactly what he was looking for, because he knew he could sell the amiibos quicker than he could the Genesis games, and like I said, I was just over them. So it was Friday the 31st. I tried to get Dark Pit, and everywhere was sold out. So I was like, I'm just over this. I don't want to compete, because basically it's the scalpers and the resellers that are ruining it for everybody else. So no biggie. I got some really good games out of it. I traded most of all like the more expensive ones that I had, and then a lot of the common ones. I kept a couple, like I kept Wario, I kept Mega Man, just ones that I liked. So yeah, let's show you guys these really good games. So these are cart only. First we've got Gemfire, Ease 3, and Shining Force. And then this is a Mega Drive game, Raiden Trad. It's just the case in the game. So still pretty cool. I mean, I'm not going to be able to play it until I get the power base converter, but still pretty cool. This one is missing the manual. Arcus Odyssey. Definitely more of an obscure title. Another obscure one, Outlander. This one is also missing the manual. Then we've got Saint Sword, complete. The rest of these are complete. Castle of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse. I was gonna pick this game up for like 30 bucks, but I mean that's about what it goes. It goes for a little less than that on eBay, but definitely this is one of the best Mickey games on the Genesis. Actually, the best. And then these two are the heavy hitters. We've got Dick Tracy, complete. And then the best one of the lot, Ghostbusters, complete. So, I mean, really cool, you know, super stoked to have all these Genesis games. I love finding Genesis games, you know, when they're more valuable. So, definitely happy with that, you know. Kind of cleared up some space with the amiibos because they take up a lot of space. And then, here, buddy, control that a little bit. And then well, here, you want to show them that? Show them the video. Here, sit up. You can help me with the rest. Okay, so we picked up a movie too for $1 for Madden. He's never seen it before, so it's a pretty cool movie. Alice in Wonderland, so we'll definitely be popping that in later. And then, here, buddy, I want to show them these things. This was a trade that I did with my buddy. Here, hold on. He wanted a Sega Genesis, and I had like 5 of them. So I gave him his Genesis and like a bunch of games, and 2 controllers. And he gave me this stuff. You know, we hooked each other up. So first, we've got Doom. Bring it close. And I didn't have this one in my collection, so happy to pick that one up. Next, we've got what is this? Top Gear 3000. This one is kind of an obscure title. It's kind of hard to find. Not too easy to find, so didn't have that one in my collection. Hold on. Next, we've got a couple manuals here. So first we've got Super Mario World and Super Mario All-Stars. And then, show them that, buddy. We've got a Game Genie. Hold on the side like that. There you go. A Game Genie. And this came with the manual, and then a bunch of like code update manuals that you have to mail in to get. So all of those. So pretty cool. And that, that was it, buddy. They already saw that one. Put it down. Yeah, they saw them all. But yeah, that was everything. So still, I mean, really good, garage sale day. Getting the PS1 games and then that Sega Genesis lot. That helped the whole day. And everything else on top of that. All good stuff. A lot of this stuff I didn't have in my collection, so definitely bulking up the collection. But yeah, that is all of it. Like I said, really good day. So yeah, thumbs up the video, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Say bye, Madden.
Bye.
Wave bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you guys next time.